put some mood lighting on.
Mood lighting in my Final Fantasy?
Oh.
You know, I said I'd never come back to Binding Coil of Bahamut. But I guess this isn't like the real first time. Because if it was the real first time, we'd be screwed and we'd be here all night for just like T5 alone.
Oh god.
It would be like several days progression of T5 as we're in like what? I'm in like the Dawn Star, or is it the Dust Star? Gosh, it was that little tutu thing. The Ironworks gear hadn't even come out.
Oh yeah, it would probably have been like what the actual eye level like 90. What was it called?
Yeah.
Philosophy? I'm trying to remember.
I really can't remember. I was there. I can't remember. I was still pooping in my diapers, probably trying to get into Castrum. I was sitting here like, guys, I haven't even tried Leviathan yet, because I think that's who the primal was at the time I joined. It was Leviathan. It had just come out, and I was level 1. Level 1 versus Leviathan. And then we were all just kind of waiting for Dreams of Ice. Because it had been announced. I remember, like, one of the FC members took me over to where Ishgard is, and they were showing me the gates. They're like, you're gonna go in through these gates right over here, remember this. And I'm like, okay.
God, think about that. It's like that's such a different time too. What 14 was then?
You couldn't get into Ishgard. They were just permanently closed.
The gates are closed.
They were broken like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. Like every time you come in, it wasn't open. No ice cream.
At least we had Hodgefont.
We'd have Hodgefont. He was always there. He always said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He was just always there to support Order of Light. He's like, hello friend, I'm here in my office like I usually am. Not like other NPCs that hole away in their office and you'll never see them until they're plot relevant.
I wonder.
It's like, I'm in the open world. That's how special I am. I'm apparently watching, but I'm still like on the first screen. Let's see. Maybe you will refresh it. Okay. Well, I've sent the links out. Just waiting for our lovely fans to arrive. We talk about the good old days.
The good old days of what Realm Reborn was.
Binding Coil it was a forbidden zone. I remember waiting around in Mordona for stuff, and I saw people with the, it was the purple, like, dragon gear. Like the first Allegan set, the Dreadworm Allegan set.
Oh, wow.
And I remember seeing a black mage with it on, and I was like, oh, that black mage is, like, hardcore. I'll never be that black mage. And guess what? I never was. I never got that gear. Ever. But that was okay, because I think it was only a couple, like, weeks later after I'd actually, like, you know, completed a Realm Reborn, doing all the Castrum stuff, that World of Darkness came out, and I was so enamored with the World of Darkness gear set. It was my favorite. I think before that I was doing a bajillion runs of Labyrinth of the Ancients, because one of the really good gear sets that looked nice for glamour was the Crimson Robe and the Crimson Gear set.
Oh, I remember that outfit.
Yeah, the Crimson Gear set was just really desirable as a glamour, and I had to run like so many labyrinths. And At that time, I think it was only Labyrinth and Circus Tower that were available. But we're not going to talk about Labyrinth or Circus Tower. That'll be for another stream. Crystal Tower raids. But you know what I really wanted from Labyrinth? I wanted the hat, because the hat was amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen the hat there before. If I have, I just never paid attention to it.
The hat, I believe, I'm not sure what I got first, was the hat or the, like, the robe, but both were really desirable. Now I have on just the dyeable version of that hat, because they've come out with, like, a level 1 version of that hat. Or maybe I guess it's called Alter Felt Hat. It's at level 49. So I have it glamored right now, and now you can't dye the black parts of it, but you can dye the rim and stuff. The little belt buckle.
Huh.
Now there's no need to run Crystal Tower over and over again. You can just buy the altered hat and just
buy
dye
things.
it whatever color you just buy it.
With your 1 gil.
With my... Hey, Zuyaya's probably at least got 5 gil now.
5 gil now. That Castor Meridian and Praetorium was at least worth 3 gil.
Oh, I believe around this time, this is where Zuyaya is starting to pick up a lot of, like, Notorious Monster stuff. Not Eureka Notorious Monster, but, you know, The Hunt.
Alright, because this is mostly when she would be more in tuned with her Grand Company, right?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of times where I've written down in her, like, little roleplay that she's mostly into monster slaying and taking down hunts from the hunt boards, because that earns a lot of money. And she wants a house in Ul'dah, in the Goblet. Also, she's about to get married, so that's a big deal. Like, you need to get a house.
Yeah. My Final Fantasy?
Just gotta get a house, so she could be married in it. And the reason why she's always cranky and angry is she works so hard for that house, and then she gets pulled off into adventures.
She just wants to go home and
sometimes not even the same country. She bought that house with her hard-earned winnings, and then she never got to use the house.
And there's a freaking pool around it too. She's like, I can't go swimming.
Just like there's a pool. Oh, she's gonna find out Ishgard has a sauna, and she's like, what the hell? They have a sauna.
And then she makes a stage performance. She goes, and I hereby decree on this day, Zuyaya has adopted the entire nation of Ishgard and its people.
Zuyaya's gonna have an apartment in Ishgard, and her only reasoning is like, I'm here for the sauna and the sauna only. I don't like you guys. But we know it's a lie. When I first started penning for Zuyaya, I was actually going to make her like a mischievous black mage character, and then she ended up being serious and grumpy and then ultra tsundere. And I don't know how that happened, especially the tsundere. I think it was after I was realizing that Zuyaya just had like a bunch of prejudice against Elysian guys. And then it's like, after Heavensward, it's like, well, of course she has to love them now, but she doesn't want people to know.
She's like that. She's like Helga from Hey Arnold. She's like, I hate them, and then she looks around and she's like, yeah, I love them.
She has like several adopted Elysian children. She's just like, Ishgard.
Ishgard.
Alright, let's get on with this.
So, where we last left off, Zuyaya and Larx defeated Gaius and the 14th Legion, and they were about ready to eat some cake, and then the world was like, no. So, a primal has apparently awakened, and that leads us to our next series, known as the Binding Coils of Bahamut. Now, this is kind of like a huge Easter egg for people, especially if they were Legacy, because this is pretty much like a callback to 1.0 and the mystery regarding Nail Van Darnus, Dalamud, and Bahamut. So we kind of get a little bit of like answers, answers to what did happen,
Answer,
to actually what happened to
answer,
the calamity.
answer together.
I did
Yeah,
not
as
mean
a
for
refresher.
that.
It's hard not to make that pun though, because that's literally what this is. But as a refresher, at 1.0, a giant moon descended from the sky to destroy everything, and out of it hatched Bahamut, the big-ass legendary dragon. Or I guess he was a real dragon, but he was also legendary. He was a legendary Pokemon. He could be the legendary Pokemon.
Gold edition.
Remember, this was a Pokemon game. This is the guy you'd waste a Master Ball on, is Bahamut.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
But,
so, yeah. This kind of raid kind of gives those people who did play 1.0 a little bit of, like, more little Easter eggs and a little bit more story regarding, kind of giving 1.0 like its proper rest.
Was there much dialogue change in this one if you were a 1.0 legacy character?
I think during certain parts, but I've actually never looked that up, but I would believe so. That there would have to be some type of dialogue if you're a legacy. I'll have to look that up.
They didn't, like, put in a lot of... They essentially didn't want it to diverge too much, but they wanted to give a nod to people who had actually played 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
But this will contain lore revolving around 1.0, and if you are interested in more, check out the Speakers Network, and also... I can't remember who has the Let's Play of 1.0.
Oh,
really
yeah,
good.
I'm gonna butcher the name. I think it's called Watji Ashi. She is an amazing Let's Player, and she's been playing Final Fantasy since 1.0 beta. So I highly I have it linked into this channel. If you go to the channel page, it should be on there. I always highly tell people to watch her Legacy Let's Play because it's one of those only Let's Plays where you can actually see the entire 1.0 storyline. So definitely check out her Let's Play for that.
Every time I want to experience some 1.0, I go specifically to that playlist and look up stuff. So, yeah. Well, anyway.
The binding coil ripped from the heavens by the nefarious designs of Nail von Donis, the false moon Dalamud hurled into Vilbrin, its shatter and impact formed a network of labyrinthine caverns beneath the surface. Braving dangers untold, the warriors of light plumbs the subterranean depths that the truth behind the 7th umbral calamity may be unearthed.
Yeah, Nail van Darnus was like one of the final bosses of 1.0, weren't they? Like, they were like the Gaius.
Oh yeah, Gaius, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, Gaius was there. So Gaius, I think, served under Nail, and then at some point he was like, fuck you, Nail.
Yeah, he did not. I think.
And then he kind of got stranded in Eorzea for a bit. He's just kind of like, I'm staying here. And then he's like, I'm gonna make a dragon Sona.
I believe at one point he was siding with Nail, but then he started realizing that Nail was starting to kind of lose it. And I think he wasn't really like siding with us, but he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna see how this goes.
See, Gaius is just kind of like, I want world domination, but I don't want the absolute annihilation of everything, because how can you rule over Eorzea if there's nothing left?
He's like, I have to let people hear my speeches.
He's like, who will listen to me monologue for several hours?
Of course, Urianger gives the quest.
Yeah, Urianger has something to say to us.
Urianger would speak with you regarding the unidentified primal. Oh boy.
When the centenary moon did wane, there sounded a blood-curdling roar. A new primal had aroused. Roused. Urianger's like, excuse me, let me put away my fan fiction real quick. That's what I was reading before you interrupted me. The portents gave us to believe one whose identity yet lieth beyond our kin. I mean, we don't know what this is. By thy hand, 3 primals have since been vanquished. As each returned to the ether, 'twas observed that tremors foreshadowing this fourth grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time it shall become a scourge upon the land. Y'all running out of time. Yet even as we pondered a course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who would forestall this threat. Though she be tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid, if thou art willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. The Scions, that's what I mean, the Scions. Thus did the antecedent straightways consent that thou shouldst assist her howsoever thou mayest.
Thou mayo.
Thou mayo. As soon as thou art able, hie thee to Wineport, your favorite place, Wineport, the city of port wine. Thy petitioner daughter, my beau, Moon Brita, wonderful. Okay, we're not there yet.
Oh boy, of course, our favorite raid of this whole entire game makes us start at Wineport. Our favorite place ever.
Our shame. Every time we come back here, we're like, oh, it's the piss place.
The piss place? That's right! It is the piss place.
Some fine. We come back and they're like, this is some fine piss right here. I'm enjoying. We're like, do we have to stay here?
Hang on 1 second. I got a notification regarding the stream. I think it's still going.
Oh yeah, it's still Oh, you got the slower internet connection. I don't know. It's still showing up on my feed right now.
Yeah, I know there's a storm going on right now, so I guess my PSN was letting me know. If the broadcast seems weird, just shout out in chat just to make sure that it's still going. So all and
I'll have my backup videos in case.
Okay.
Anything happens.
Internet's like, I heard you're doing Coil.
Oh look, it's Alphinaud.
It's Alphinaud, and he has a red ribbon.
It's Red Ribbon Alphinaud.
It's been a while, adventurer. As I recall, my brother Alphino took the liberty of introducing us when first and last we met.
See, I was like, who are you? You look like Alphino, but you're not him.
But for the sake of propriety, Alize Levio, I thank you for coming. Oh?
Wait, there were two of you at the ceremony?
I thought there was three. Where's the manservant?
Yeah, where is the manservant?
I have heard much and more of your exploits. By your hand, the Black Wolf is slain, and its ultimate weapon destroyed.
Yeah, no big deal.
No, MBD. You are possessed of great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion.
I need this wine. It's special, it comes from around here, and we're slowly walking away. We're like, no.
As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm, and also the sides of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast...
You can go under it, or over it, or straight through it.
Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast conferences of ether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this led to the formation of the subterranean caverns at key points of stress. I have no idea what you just told me.
You just said a lot of... Even Zuyaya is like, what are you talking about? You lost me after etheric.
One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Osidens and extends to only the gods know where. Despite appearances, Castrum of Science is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius van Balesar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference.
I hear Nicki Minaj's EP is still there to this day.
Some will say that it echoes in the caverns. Boy toy named Troy! As you went about vanquishing the returned primals and doing really weird stuff like getting wine and pushing people off cliffs, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. I am worse than my brother, by the way.
You talk a lot.
Crucially...
Like, Alfino usually has, like, a whole library to tell us, and now you're just library part 2.
Crucially, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and have since been given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquietingly similar to one observed shortly prior to the calamity.
Huh. Wonder if it had something to do with that moon falling and that dragon coming out of it.
You know. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed and he vanished, together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. And
Maybe he's still alive!
Maybe my grandpa's alive!
And he just hasn't contacted anybody for 5 years.
Yeah. In casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails this world.
Really? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot that ails this world.
Another hopeless dreamer.
You like hopes and dreams.
It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid beneath the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on my expedition to find them, Larx and Zuyaya. Larx is like, I don't know. Ali's like, I will give you 5 gil.
Zuyaya's like, we're in.
If truth be told, I am not wont to rely upon others, and have thus far handled matters alone. Yet I'm not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I would find a way to restore peace to Eorzea. If you desire the self-same, then aid me, as you aided my brother and the Scions.
You hung out with my brother, so hang out with me.
Please, I'm cooler than him. He has blue ribbon.
I'm cooler than Alfino. I'm the cooler Alfino.
I am in your debt. You are a man and a woman of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum of Science straddles the cavern I wish to explore. Well, that's not good. If I am to have a hope of reaching it alive, I will need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path into the depths.
She's like, didn't we already infiltrate it last week?
She's like, not that castrum, this castrum. And we're like, yeah, this castrum. She goes, no, the other castrum. We're like, yeah, this castrum.
Yeah, did we send the Maelstrom into Poseidon's and they just, like, fucking wrecked it? Is this the one that had the... No, this isn't the one that has the train, because it's on the island.
Right. This is the one where they had the blockade out.
Oh yeah, they had to blockade Nicki Minaj's EP.
Once you have done so, play report your success to Storm Prophet Jabroka? Yeah, Jabroka. Sure.
Jabroka?
Jabroka! Jumanji.
Jabroka? I thought you had more money.
You may consider her my assistant here in Wineport. Well, that's depressing. I have every faith that you will not fail me. 12 speed your way, Larx and Zuyaya. Plot twist, we fail her.
Plot twist. I mean, also, has anybody ever given the twins one of those huge circular lollipops? Like, I'd give them both one.
Oh yeah, okay. Has anyone ever given these twins one of those huge circular lollipops?
Alfino gets the blue one and Alize gets the red one. Color-coded for your convenience. So fun fact, the twins are designed that way because they only had, like, data room and time to make, one new character for the Scions, I believe, and so they made a pair of twins that are pretty much identical, even in dress, so that they could add 2 new characters instead of 1.
Ooh, for the price of 1.
And so Alfredo and Alize look like exactly the same. It's hard to tell which one is which until you look at where their hair is covering their eye, and also the color of their hair tie. Oh, I'm not ready.
Now you are.
Yeah,
Well, she wasn't kidding. You can see all the crazy crystals going on.
Yeah, this is where a shard of Dalamud fell onto the ground. And I guess... Did it land in Poseidon's, or did they build it to study it?
Yeah, I think it landed here, and then Castrum Poseidon's, like, I guess, goal was to observe, I guess, the crystal around here.
Yeah. So the Garleans have taken interest into studying it, but...
I don't think they got far.
I mean, I don't think so either.
Report to Jabroka.
We'll pick up Hachi once we get into... There we go.
Well, no wonder the Maelstrom was able to get into here so easily. There's really, like, not much these Garleans could have done anything about. It's just like, it's a bunch of nothing.
Maybe there was more inside the bits we can't go into.
That's true.
Every time I think about it, I think about the laboratory you have to infiltrate in Final Fantasy XII, and then all those alarms go off all the dang time. God, what was the laboratory called?
Oh.
Can't remember.
What up, Jabroka?
I've been expecting you, Zuyaya and Larx. By your coming, I take it that you've successfully located the cavern entrance inside Castrum Poseidon's. So that's where it's where to be found. Marvelous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabroka is my name, and I have no guild to my name at all. Just like you, I keep getting paid in thanks. What is up with that? Well, it's my honor to serve Lady Alize. Though, for reasons of convenience, at present I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform for free! They don't pay me anything! Hence my name is Jabroka. This uniform accords me certain privileges, you see. In particular, ready access to Maelstrom's region scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages.
Secret tunnel!
Secret tunnel! And die.
And die.
Okay, but enough about me and secret tunnels. I shall notify Lady Alize of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though, I don't doubt your abilities. None can say what dangers lurk beneath Castrum Poseidon's. For my lady's sake, as well as your own, please spare neither preparation nor caution. This is a savage cheer raid, after all. Pray choose your companions well.
Ooh.
Well, Zuyaya's fiancé. I believe they'd be fiancés at this time. We didn't get married until, like... Got, like, married, like, right before Heavensward.
Ugh, I never thought I'd see the binding coil of Bahamut is now unlocked. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, thank you for doing male violence, Hachi. Whoa.
Male violence.
Alright, so, for those who don't know what raids are usually like 8-mans, but we're doing this unsynced. But usually about 8-mans, and each one has like a different turn. And that you kind of see it with each expansion when they do raids.
It's usually in groups of 4, but the first one, Binding Coil, was different.
Yeah, it was very different. I would also say Binding Coil at the time was very challenging. They've learned their lessons over the years, but Coil had this one type of atmosphere to it, and this is where hardcore raiding would be. However, if people wanted to do it and wanted to know the story, it was locked behind, hardcore raiding, with the top elitist people of the world. So they kind of made a mistake there, which is why we're going to be doing it unsynced, because Coil and its turns just have really strange mechanics, and pretty much no one queues for Coil because of its name, of what it is. So we will be doing it unsynced, where we can just cheese it at level 80, but we will still begin the story out of it. So if you're looking for, if you clicked on this and you're like, wow, actual Coil? No, this is like story Coil.
Yeah, the difference between this and other expansions, they have normal tier versions of the raids so that you can do it for your leisure, more casual players, and then they have the savage tier. This is just savage tier.
Yeah.
There is no normal tier.
So we have to unsync it, even if we did wanted to. So for this part of the first part of Coil, there are 5 turns. So here is, well, whoops, let me get rid of that one. So turn 1, situated upon Vilbrun, Castrum of Science is even more akin to a research facility than a fortress. Even before its first pillar was driven to the ground, Legatus Gaius van Balesar had ordered his people to probe the fragment of Dalamud which fell at that precise location. The impact resulted in the creation of vast caverns pervaded by corrupted crystals. Though unknown dangers lie in wait within, you must brave them all if you are to learn the truth of the calamity. We're gonna die.
Okay. Back in the day, this stuff would and absolutely kill you, like... I mean, well, I remember the first couple of turns, I was able to do them. It was just T5 that I was just stuck forever and ever.
Ooh. Imperial exploratory site. 237 YALMS beneath the surface.
Like, leagues underneath the sea, except we're in the earth.
Well, I guess I did get a little farther than what I thought.
Yeah, they managed to travel 237 YALMS underneath the earth, so jumping on things.
Oh.
So this is all like Garlean technology we're in right now.
The scars left by the calamity. I could scarce breathe for the surfeit of ether. Tell me, have you guys ever seen corrupted crystals such as these?
We got some experience. We don't want to talk about it.
She's like,
Stupid vase.
Such crystals manifested across the realm when the course of the great river of ether was irrevocably altered 5 years ago. Behold, one of the objects that caused that alteration. A fragment of the lesser moon, Dalamud.
Now that is a Garlean... That's not Garlean technology.
Yeah, that is Ancient Alleg. Ancient Alleg created Dalamud, or Meteor, to use the Garlean name, to serve as a celestial prison for Bahamut. Its fall inflicted grievous wounds upon the land, wounds that have yet to heal, as is evident from the corrupted crystals. Oh, what is that? Who's that Pokemon?
It's Voltorb!
It's Voltorb! Trio, trio, trio.
That's not what a Voltorb sounds like.
It's a shiny...
This is a hacked Pokemon game!
It's mystery number. Amazing! Dalamud's internal defenses still function in spite of everything. A testament to the ingenuity of the Allegans. The Garleans seek to appropriate their advanced technology, I'm certain of it.
The Garleans are like, ooh, technology is in there, and they rub their hands like,
ooh! We're about to come face to face with the secrets that have long lain buried within the sands of time. Great dangers may lie beyond, But we have come too far to turn back. It's only been 237 YALMS. The truth of the calamity is within reach.
I can't remember. Is a lot of Garlean technology based off of Allegan stuff as they've dug up?
I think.
I know there was some leading into it.
They would have. They would had to have.
Pretty much, Allegans still have, even though they've been a dead civilization for many years. Allegans still have superior technology over the Garleans. That's how advanced the Allegan Empire got before they were just wiped. And then the world had to restart all over again.
Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty.
It looks like a glowy spider egg.
It really does. Gods preserve. It's snot.
I hate that.
Dark wings that would engulf the very heavens. Oh yeah, that's a wing?
Oh yeah.
These could only belong to Bahamut, the primal who laid Eorzea to waste 5 years ago. He was fucking big! At Cartano, my grandfather sought to imprison Bahamut anew by invoking the power of the 12. Alas, the dreadworm proved too powerful, and he soon broke free of his confines. Yet, instead of resuming the destruction he had begun, Bahamut vanished. Whither to? No one knew, until this day.
He's been dead underneath this rock over here.
But I do not understand. If Bahamut is truly a primal, how is it that he retains his physical form?
If he's dead, why didn't he just disappear into sparklies like every time we beat Titan?
Right. Did Grandfather defeat him? Or is there some other explanation? Well, let's go back.
We're done here.
We're done. We've learned all we could. We must press on if we are to learn the truth. What? What?
Huh. That's strange. For a minute, I thought I felt Grandpa, but that can't be true. So, I know he's not the real Bahamut, but how big was he? Like, we've seen dragons before, but no dragons this big.
I know, that wingspan is huge.
Yeah. Like, that's at least 13 Nidhogg's.
13 Nidhogg's?
Can you imagine if Estinian actually saw Bahamut? Like, you think he'd just be like, holy crap, I gotta get in there.
I gotta get in there.
You gotta fight that.
Zuyaya, don't look down. Don't look down.
So what purpose were these little Allegan platforms? Like, why are they just floating? What did they design these for?
Oh god. It's weird because it's all tangled around his wing. Dark matter golem?
I remember this golem. Now he dies.
And die.
Yeah, you had to like... A tank would take all of these up, and then they would kite them, and then die somewhere, while the rest of the group, like, escaped from all of these mooks' clutches, you know? This was also during the time where we had 2 tanks. So, like, it would be like one of the tanks would just sacrifice themselves as we got to the main boss area.
Oh, hi.
It's like, how did they put this in with Bahamut? They're like, we're gonna put a giant dragon and then some snakes.
Yeah, it's the effing snake. Because I remember, didn't he used to, like, duplicate into two and then you had to kill them at the same... Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. You had to be very careful not to have them too close, but then you also had to make sure they both died around the same time. There he goes, he duplicated himself. But now, like, we kill him so fast that you can get around it. This fight alone was enough to, like, make you go, God, this is hard.
Yeah.
We're doing the easy mode of it. It's so funny when you look back on things that are like, this used to be impossible to beat, and then it's just like, I just defeated it in 5 seconds. I like that Warrior of Light's like, that's a teleporter from an ancient civilization. I'm going to touch it and see where it leads. Hopefully this won't, like, split my body into a bajillion pieces.
Yeah, you know.
You know, it's still technology functioning in any way, I hope. Oh, it just teleported us outside.
Alright, so that was turn 1. Turn 2. At the depth of 912 YALMS, you find your path blocked by Bahamut's internal defenses. Born of advanced Allegan science, these spherical constructs are still fully functional even after eras in existence, and will seek to annihilate all intruders or be destroyed in attempt.
Pretty much
We gotta
more
get in there.
Stuff. So we started at Weenie Hut Jr. Garlean technology and descended into Allegan stuff.
Ooh.
You can tell it's Allegan because they're red and blue, rather than the Garleans black and blue.
God, Cena just gives you even more questions about Alleg.
I mean, there's still a lot that's unanswered about Alleg Day. I mean, we got a lot of lore about it, but pretty much all we know at this point is that they existed thousands of years ago, fell, and then society restarted itself. Now every time people go and find Allegan stuff, they're like, what is this crap? I don't understand what it is. Unless if you studied it specifically at a Garlean school, you're like, what's a computer?
What's a computer? What's a flash drive?
Even then the Garleans are like, we kinda understand computers. Garleans are just kinda like, how can we use computers to subjugate other countries?
Just throwing floppy disks at every country.
They conquer
you will like it.
Alamigo with a floppy disk. They come and
like,
Alamigo
the floppy disk, the end
disk.
times, the prophecy is coming true.
Garleans are like, floppy!
Floppy! Floppy!
Floppy! Floppy!
Floppy!
You can't do those jokes yet, it's still 2 expansions away.
That was the power of Garleans, they saw the future. We're just making our way downtown. We're walking fast.
I think, like, we had to split up into 2 groups before and, like, take these down.
Yeah, I think so.
So we both got to the AIDS. Its nickname was AIDS.
Oh.
Oh no, I got a little bit burned. I like that the Allegans are like, we're gonna make giant balls that do stuff.
Oh, that was turn 2.
Riveting. It was pretty much just like, Warrior of Light goes in and deactivates the security system, but they don't understand what a security system is. They're just like, I had to fight some weird ball Wartorb things, like... These weird little orby things just attacked me with lightning.
And I took offense to that.
And so I hit it until it stopped working.
Alright, turn 3! At the depth of 1,233 yalms, your party comes upon the fragment of Dalamud, the Garlean's head salt. Its true identity is the Ragnarok, a colossal starship which fell away from the Lesser Moon moments before Bahamut burst free of his prison over the Cardinal Flats. To reach your destination, you must venture through this relic of ancient Allig. Stay ever on your guard, for every shadow may conceal dangers. Wait, so the Garleans had a starship called Ragnarok?
I don't remember.
Did I read that right? Okay.
There's lore on Ragnarok.
Interesting.
I don't have the book with me.
The Guardian's like, we need Ragnarok.
It's usually a staple of Final Fantasy games. I think there's a Ragnarok in this game. There's also a server Ragnarok.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is. Wow, so we went even deeper into the core.
Soon we're just gonna pop up on the other side.
Is this the... Oh, this must be the platform one.
Oh yeah, I remember getting lost here all the time.
Whee! Whoa!
So this segment is called Warrior of Light Learns Floor Puzzles. And there's even... Oh, the music changed. So we're getting into more serious parts now.
Wait.
We're back where we started.
Are we back where we started? Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Gotta, Oh, there's this one over here. 11th Blade. Okay, this one hops us over here. That one will hop us right back. So, this one...
Well, we don't want to go to the left, so I guess right?
Yeah, Alright. Ah, look down below, that looks nice.
It's a bird, it's a plane.
Alright, we want to keep heading this way. Ninth Blade. There's a treasure chest we don't need. I have to get this thing to start working.
Ooh. Oh, hi, Gollum. We just jumped over him. Puzzle station terminal is now online. Whee!
I think this way.
Whee!
Floor puzzles! I guess if we go through the Sonic the Hedgehog rings, we're good.
We're collected wangs. guess this one. Whee! Those aren't just ordinary dark matter slugs.
I gotta find another terminal.
I guess I'm gonna save this one. Or
oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a silent terminal. This is an interesting turn. It's just hopping.
It's floor puzzles. Gotta deactivate all of these electrical shields that probably will fry us.
The third blade. Second blade. I guess left.
There's another terminal over there. Still feel like the Alligans are like, so we're gonna make these little things that make it confusing to navigate. Like, even before this place was destroyed, how were you supposed to get around this crap?
Right?
It's like, could you have built an elevator?
They're like jumping pads. Ooh, so we can either go left. Well, I guess it would have to be left.
I think we need to get across to that platform over there because there's another sentry. And we go this way.
Yep, there's another terminal. Hold another crank. Nathan Drake was like, was that all worth it?
There wasn't even a boss fight for this one, it's just solve floor puzzles. Look, there's a reason why they changed rating after this. It's quite a time.
That was hilarious. That was like frustrationally hilarious.
Warrior of Light's like, I gotta do puzzles? Ugh, this is worse than a boss fight. They're not good at them.
Well, now at 1,524 yalms below the surface, employing the Ragnarok's drive cylinder as a makeshift lift, your party proceeds towards the main bridge, yet you must work for every yalm you gain, for Dalmud's internal defenses will not allow you to pass unmolested.
He's going to send in more floor puzzles to deter us.
I think the Alligans were playing Mass Effect 1, they're like elevators, and they're just like do 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 do. Oh, there's not even a commercial, a cutscene. Oh wow.
They're just, oh, this is the elevator one. This is the elevator they actually installed. They were like, you know what? Maybe floor puzzles are silly. Maybe we should do an elevator.
Oh, now here's the cutscene.
And in this elevator, we're gonna put a bunch of things that will attack you. This is a really safe elevator. you may recognize a lot of these models from Final Fantasy 13. And then these little bug things.
I always knew Coil was 13.
Yeah, these... Man, you remember the electric spiders in the, what was it? It's after you escaped out of prison. Final Fantasy 12.
I remember that vaguely.
I always freaked out because those little spiders are draining all the energy. I remember when this was first, like, back when this was still, like, a thing that you completed. This wasn't too bad. It just... You'd often die because tanks couldn't keep aggro on stuff. And that was mostly due to the fact that the aggro system was pretty bad. You had to be on top of grabbing aggro.
That was fast.
We successfully completed the elevator. After floor puzzles, Warrior of Light now defeats Elevator Extreme.
And finally, turn 5. Having overcome the seemingly endless waves of hostile constructs and bullshit stuff, you and your stalwart companions continue the descent into an unknown abyss. At the depth of 1,910 YALMS, you are assailed by a winged terror, an ancient dragon brought to heel by the awakens and made to do their bidding. The trials grow ever more arduous, but you are resolved to press on for the sake of the truth. Oh, T5.
So the Allagans were the first peoples to fuck with dragons, and unlike Ishgard, they kinda won.
Yeah.
But, so this is where you actually entered a very, very difficult fight. And I still, to this day, never have beaten this legitimately. I had to have somebody carry me through it. It was just too difficult. I have way too many memories of descending down this claw, like...
Oh, yeah.
We had to do this so many times.
The right hand of Bahamut. That's... oh. Ooh.
Yeah. For some reason, I just never realized that we were fighting inside a hand, but...
This is going rather more smoothly than I expected. It is indeed convenient to have a hero in hand.
It's like you're undersinking this at a higher level.
Gods, that the cavern should open up again, even at this depth. Ha! This resembles a finger.
Wait.
What? That... Oh! And so it should. This is Bahamut's hand. He needs a manicure.
He only has 3 fingers.
As with the wings, it seems to be frozen, and for that I count my blessings. But again, I find myself wondering, how is it able to retain physical form? I had assumed that Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes to the realm. But if he is still here, then that theory no longer holds. What was it then that brought about the realm's sudden regeneration? There's still so much we do not know about Cartano. I haven't the slightest inkling how deep these caverns run, but we must continue. Okay. We do this for Grandpa. Behold, the bane of everyone's existence.
Twin Tanya.
Twin Tanya. Oh
She's a
god.
freaking difficult dragon. She has little cronies to do her bidding too. So, that little thing around her neck, that's like an elegant construct to make her pretty much their slave.
Wow. We don't even do the mechs anymore. Hooray!
So there's a lot actually involved in this fight, but we skipped through all of it because we would be here all night. This fight had the potential to take you weeks long to do it.
The binding of Coil of Bahamut complete. Just kidding. We still have a lot more to do, but the first turns are. Wait, you got an achievement? What achievement did you get?
Apparently doing binding coil enough times.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you have to do it 5 times. I believe we've already done it like 10 times together, Larx.
Oh, I believe it. Ooh, another elegant terminal. Press it? Ha! Who wouldn't?
The RAGNAROK.
Oh.
What are you saying?
So there was actually supposed to be a cutscene that happens there. It did not give you the cutscene.
Maybe it happens when we start the next quest?
Well, it was supposed to happen at the end. So, I'm gonna do something. So, we have an unending journey that shows cutscenes. So, I'm gonna go to that real quick and show off that cutscene. That's interesting. I usually thought it would show you that.
It's been a while since I've done it.
Well, it says to go talk to Alize, but it completely you go to Northern Thanalan, but there's actually a cutscene that you get before that cutscene happens. So I don't think they show it in New Game Plus. I thought that's weird. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the unending cutscene. I think you guys will still be in the cutscene, so that's perfect. I wonder if it's gonna do that for the other ones too.
I don't know. I know the Alize's pledge popped up before we even completed Binding Coil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's back at the Rising. Or the
Oh, I can't do it in New Game Plus mode. Okay. Well, I'm gonna guess I'm gonna do a little bit unorthodox here, just because I don't want to miss certain parts of the.
Well, let me check out if, like, maybe starting the next quest, like, they tacked on that there.
Oh yeah, there's more. Let's see. Let me see if this is the cutscene. Okay, so that's us defeating Titania. Here we go. Here's the cutscene that was supposed to happen. This contraption, is it used to control the saturation of ether? I suppose there's only one way to find out. By throwing my hand down the door. The dragon you vanquished earlier. Doubtless you noticed the peculiar contraption about its neck. It was likely a receptor of some description used to enslave the creature. Did you get something different?
No, it's just like, oh, Alize described the Allegan thing.
Oh. Ancient Alec possessed the means to control dragons, it would seem. The Ashgardians would kill for this knowledge. Though to be sure,
I bet they would.
to be sure,
Can you
because
imagine if they just put a collar on Nidhogg?
oh god.
It'd be awful.
Though to be sure, it could easily be brought to bear against them. An army of dragons could turn the tide of any battle, as the Garleans once learned to their sorrow. I would not be the least bit surprised if they now sought to exploit this power. Whatever their plans, this serves as another reminder of the might of the Allegans. One cannot help but wonder how so advanced a civilization came to fall. Well, you did something, Alize. Welcome to Pinball Frenzy! Choose your companion! Player 1! Gods be good! Oh, well, hello, Bahamut's head. This is Bahamut's head. Holy shit! Did you see that? Oh, he's huge. And that enormous crystal, it pulsates as it were a heart. Then the primal that had awakened was Bahamut all this time?
I mean, if we saw Bahamut's wing and Bahamut's hand, and now we've seen a big, giant head, I would say that's Bahamut.
It's Bahamut. No. This cannot be true. This would mean that grandfather died for naught.
No, I don't see the entire world ending right now, do you?
Yeah.
In fact, everybody's rebuilt a lot of shit.
Confound it. We do not know enough to strike at it now. We must withdraw.
I mean, fair. When you look at that giant dragon head, you go, okay, so what do we do with this? And you just kind of shrug and you're like, I don't know, I don't have a truck big enough to haul that away. I have like the biggest fort in the universe and that won't fit that in there.
Wait, who is that? No, it can't be. That's grandfather? Is it truly you?
He's like, yes, this is my art project. Leave me alone.
I'm kind of creeped out. No, don't leave me again, please. Grandfather!
Grandfather, please, I have abandonment issues. You said you were just going out for one pack of cigarettes.
I know. We can do no more for now. Why haven't you called me more often, Alize? It looks like there's one more cutscene, it looks like.
Wait, hold on a bit. When you go up to talk to Urianger, it says you can view the opening cutscene. So I'm not sure if they just put all the cutscenes in this thing.
To Urianger?
Yeah, when you go back to the Waking Sands.
Huh.
It says, do you want to view the opening cutscene?
Oh. But this looks like... How did we come to be in Northern Thanalan of all places?
I just blacked out and suddenly we're in Northern Thanalan.
Oh, but such details matter little. Grandfather's alive, Zuyaya and Larx. Bahamut did not defeat him. But why won't he return to us? I don't understand.
Huh.
The expedition has yielded more questions than it did answers. At any rate, we would both be better for a rest. Let us return to the Waking Sands and reflect upon what we have seen. Thank you, Larx and Zuyaya. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Sure, I guess. Interesting. Okay, so now I gotta go back into New Game Plus. So, does Urianger show these cutscenes then?
Here's the weird part. I clicked on it, he just showed me what we already went through, like the wing of Bahamut. And now I'm going through several cutscenes, but one of them is us going to the Hand of Bahamut. I think included in this series of cutscenes is going to be the cutscene from your Unending Journey. But you first have to watch what we already just watched. Which was, oh look, it's Bahamut's wing, gross. And then, oh look, this is Bahamut's hand, gross. Like, it's showing me what we just saw, and it's weird.
That's... Huh.
Well, I'm gonna see what happens after this. Okay, yeah, now this is the missing cutscene that we didn't get. So it's in Urianger. When you go to accept the quest from Urianger, it says, do you want to view the opening cutscenes? And you have to first rewatch what you had, and then you get the cutscene that you just got out of your Unending Journey. It's really weird. I don't know why they did it this way. I don't know why they couldn't have just given us. But yeah, the cutscene is in New Game Plus. You just gotta do it in this weird workaround.
Oh, okay. But it's weird though, New Game Plus doesn't tell you to go talk to Urianger.
When you click on Alize's pledge, where you go talk to Urianger. Just because the quest is called Alize's pledge, you don't talk to Alize, you talk to Urianger.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's really weird where they kind of hid this cutscene away, because you have to re-watch what you already had watched. Urianger just got out the big screen television and is just like, here, watch these cutscenes from Binding Coil.
See, it would have made sense if they would just made Jabroka be the one with the cutscene since you're there at the duty.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to send you into Northern Thanalan, and you go, what the heck?
Yeah, and it just says go to Awaken Sands.
Yeah, I'm now watching the cutscene you just showed out of your book. But, like Urianger's like giving you his crystal ball scrying device, and you're like watching, you're like, okay, well, this is weird. But yeah, before you accept the quest, it says, do you want to watch the opening cutscene? And you go, okay, I will. And then You rewatch, you know, the wing scene, then in the hand, and then it goes into Bahamut's head.
Huh.
And that's how you get to view that cutscene.
I guess what I think it's doing is, I guess since you did the first quest, it takes you to Wineport. You go to Castle Poseidon's, and then I guess when they're thinking, once you're done talking to Jabroka, it'll say Alize's pledge, and then you teleport back here, and then I guess Urianger's like, do you want to watch this? You watch it, and I guess you start the quest.
Yeah, but it will give you the missing cutscene that didn't happen there. But I guess it's like, if you just want to do Binding Coil and you don't want to watch it, which I'm just kind of like, you can just queue into Binding Coil. Like, this is for story reasons why we're doing it. I don't know, it's very weird how this got designed. Like, because if you were doing it for the first time and you never beaten it, you would have gotten the cutscene right after that. But instead you're like, Urianger, put it on the big screen. He's like, alright, you want to see a gross head?
So, okay, that kind of makes sense now, because if the quest, you finish it at Jabroka, and then you see on your New Game Plus quest, and it says Alize's Pledge, you come back here, and Urianger's like, just watch this, don't do it.
He's like, watch this. You won't believe what will happen next.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it does seem like New Game Plus does seem to not involve running the content.
Yeah, because when we unlocked Binding Coil, Alize's Pledge immediately popped up. It was up there the entire time when we were queuing for stuff.
Interesting. Huh.
Well, anyways...
Well, we learned something new as we're doing this. Yeah, Urianger's like, get a load of this sick shit.
Get a load of this.
Alright, well, Urianger would speak with you regarding your experience inside the Binding Coil and your confusion.
He's like, did you not enjoy my, what is it? What was the thing that you used to make videos with back when you were, like, in middle school?
VHS? Camcorder?
Well, no, but it was like, there was an editing program that was very old.
Oh god, I don't know.
I don't know, I can't remember. Do you like my Microsoft video editing? I made it just for you. A Microsoft editor.
Or Paint.
I made this in MS Paint. Place it together.
No, it's the correct answer, Hachi.
Well, full glad am I for thy safe return. That cutscene was weird, though, don't you think? Lady Alize hath appraised me of thy many experiences, like how you defeated many giant balls, and also a dragon. You know, you should probably tell Ishgard. I think you could be knighted. You're knighted the moment you slay a dragon. You could go be knighted in Ishgard right now. As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louis Spa was my lady's grandsire. I can't just say grandfather, no, grandsire.
Grandsire.
Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but 'twould seem I need not have been so. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. She is only 16 years old, so I was kind of worried. But come. Thou must speak with Mistress Alize upon that which has transpired within the Binding Coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. So, fun fact, Urianger's like the weird babysitter for Alize and Alfino. Like, he was also like really great pals with Louis Soir. And Louis Soir was like, can you babysit my kids?
Alright, Alize. Shall we begin then? Urianger, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us.
Oh, it is this picture of butt. Oh wait, are we drawing boobs now? I forgot. Well. Aye, my lady, even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona, it marked first. But by comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cartano Flats.
Strange. There have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could only have been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how we came to be in northern Thanalan. Somehow the cavern took us all the way from Vilbrin to the heart of Aldenard.
'Twould seem so, my lady.
Well, it is all but certain then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano, and has since lain dormant, regenerating.
Aye, my lady. Taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut's been taking a nappy nap. And now Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzean's life force till he doth awaken to rain ruin upon the land. See, I wish I could do that. I wish I could burrow several feet, several miles beneath the earth and just slowly drain it of life until I emerge a force to be reckoned with. It's goals.
It's just goals in life. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Larx and Zuyaya. Bahamut may still live, but so too does grandfather.
He's obviously alive.
He's alive, and he's not talking to me.
I'm upset. He won't answer my text messages.
He doesn't want to talk about things. For the past 5 years, he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Whoa, that was a quick turn, Ariane. Is your neck okay?
Master Louis Swat. Wait, you mean he lives?
What?
You should have mentioned that first. I durst not hope. Is durst even a word?
I durst.
I durst. I durst not. What the? Whatever,
he is making up words at this point.
I'm not arguing with him today. And thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too surely felt guilt, or grief, and guilt, and grief.
I know how desperate this may sound, Urianger, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, and my 3rd eye, and my other 2 eyes with my other 4 eyes, as did Larx and Zuyaya with their many eyes.
How many eyes? Are you a Garlean? They're the only ones who have 3rd eyes.
These things on my ears are my 4th eyes. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had the chance to speak. 2 more like fragments of Dalamud pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I am certain that we will find grandfather as well.
If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it please you, I shall notify the grand companies of this development. He's like, not of us! Scream. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. We don't have Louis Swall this time, so we're fucked.
That will not be necessary, Urianger. Being the great Callistator that he is, Alphino will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. I don't want my brother involved. That means...
No, this is my quest. Alphino gets to have the rest of them. So
I get to have Larx and Zuyaya for once. Don't ruin this for me.
It's like all of this is just because of sibling jealousy.
Yeah. So let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and cover the whole truth of the calamity. Not Alphino. Larx, Zuyaya, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength, I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. Oh, now, we just met. Take these things.
I heard you get paid in thanks, so here it is. And Zuyai's like, no!
No!
So that entire quest was, here's all the cutscenes you missed, and...
Another turn with the hand in the coil.
Another hand touches the coil.
Urianger would have you delve deeper into the mystery sound in the Elder Primal Bahamut. Do we have to?
He's like, I need you to go deeper. And you're like, Urianger, please.
Deeper.
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 I'm sorry, I'm still reading this fan fiction. It's really good. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath... Really? A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Cartno Flats? The unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand where truths great and terrible rested from those once celestial depths. Can you just say, wow, that was a lot of shit we discovered?
Yeah.
Yet, as it is oft the case, an answer doth read a profusion of questions, like how I'm reading this sentence right now, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Never have the mysteries of the red moon lain so neatly within our grasp. I can almost taste it, moon dust. Lady Alize hath sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice and leap unflinching into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land.
Sure.
You could just say, let's descend into the depths.
Mine apologies. I trust I have not kept you waiting over long, even though I walked over to this side of the room and am now walking back to this side of the room.
I had to use a latrine, okay? Forgive me.
Larx, Zuyaya, I am both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. We have not moved, Alize, I assure you. We have literally been saying the same spot. She goes, I'm sorry, my potty break took a little bit longer than I thought.
Warrior Blight's like, Urianger's been talking to me this entire time, please help.
It was like 4 hours later.
He's like, and Flareon is the only fire Pokemon. You're like, stop!
You're like, we're not even at 150! I would not waste your time with trivialities like Flareon and Jolteon, like Urianger has been doing, so let us proceed directly to the discussion
he's
of
like, let me show you my all EVT.
I named this Eevee Mewtwo.
Just to confuse mine enemies.
And then I named Jolteon Pikachu to confuse thy enemies. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned before Urianger talks any more, and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve deeper into the cavern beneath Castrum of Sidons, and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite, and within the depths of that structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself.
It's like, yes, Alize, we were just there yesterday.
We were literally there. Yeah.
I think the content is like, it's been several months since we talked, right? And you're like, it was yesterday.
That long potty break made us forget, so I'm making us remember.
I'm doing a summary.
Yet even this great revelation would soon be overshadowed by the appearance of my own dear grandfather.
And his hopes and dreams. I have since shared our sundry findings with Rambros, preeminent scholar of the Sons of Saint Cognac, and he, in turn, did kindly furnish me with this theory concerning the Elder Primal's Allegan prison. 'Twould seem that Dalamud was constructed to gather onto itself the rays of the sun. You could just say sun rays! The rays of the sun, and thence channel this radiant bounty onto the Crystal Tower, which we're not going to talk about fully because we don't know what it is yet. Anyways, this is called Solar Beam. And no, we're not into that, man. The ancients saw great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unimaginable magnitude. 'Twas for this reason that they did bind him within the red moon to serve as its living core. So it's like Bahamut's the egg yolk inside the moon? Really?
What is this? Your egg is hatching? Dun, dun, dun.
It's Bahamut!
What would you like to name him? Caterpie.
Urian's just like, mine enemies will never see it coming.
They think it's Bahamut, but it's really Caterpie. Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey that we just saw maybe 15 minutes ago? The colossal devices that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the Elder Primal? From the information provided us from the sons of Saint Cognac.
Coinac?
Coinac? Kaka.
Coinac?
Coin?
I think it's coin.
Coinac.
It's coin.
Coinac.
There's no pronunciation guide in this game.
We have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulks is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape. And second, they are meant to free him. Oh, feed him. They're meant to
They're
feed.
like little feeding. It's like, here's your little milky milk.
Perversely, the selfsame energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted neither to die nor to truly live. He merely is allowed to be.
Wow.
Jeez,
I kind of feel bad.
That kind of,
I know.
Yeah.
I know he was going to end all of existence, but I think I would too if I was kept in that state.
Yeah. Well, not even just that. Being trapped in that moon for so many years, gets unleashed, is really angry, then gets destroyed by an old man. He's now taken apart, and he's slowly being fed milk in these little tiny coil thingies, and he can't die or live, and he's just sitting there in that area just screaming, I want to die!
Like, Bahamut was, I guess, torn apart with Louis Sua's spell. And but now the coils are regenerating him like he's some sort of comic book villain. Alright, Urianjay. For century upon century was the Elder Primal thus imprisoned, bound about in fetters so subtle in their working, and yet so adamant, that though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of his long-departed captors. Yeah, the people who imprisoned him have been dead for thousands of years, and he's still there.
He's like, let me die! Oh. It has long been held that the primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet none alive worship Bahamut. Could it be then that the Allagans found a way to stimulate prayer itself? That's concerning to me.
Yeah, the rules of primals, yeah, you gotta be fueled by the prayer, and then also be fed a bajillion crystals.
It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanisms in question also supply something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all of the intermittent hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into the ether. Oh, so it's like fake praying.
Yeah, it's like, hey, every time we defeat a primal, it should burst into tiny little sparklies, and that's not happening to Bahamut. Like, man, can you imagine, though, how many sparklies he'd produce, how big he is?
Oh, God.
It'd be like opening a glitter factory. Anyways.
Oh.
Urianjay's like, oh, that glitter. I can imagine it now.
Number
My
106,
dungeon.
Ghastly.
Yeah, he's still on He's still playing Urianjay, we're having a serious conversation. He's just playing Pokemon. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the Elder Primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm, and found in the 12's Wood an as yet unexplored fragment of the Lesser Moon, bearing a most familiar etheric signature.
And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe we have discovered a point from which this North Shroud that's a weird sentence. North Shroud fragment and the second of the intermittent hulks can be entered. As the Eorzeus Sword in the Darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will of course be there at your side, only in certain points. The rest of the time I will be hiding behind a bush. Once you have made your preparations, head to Falgord Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Serpent Lieutenant Anail. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. I will break these elegant fetters, for they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Okay, bye. I mean, later then.
I gotta use the restroom again. That
It's like, damn it, these fish tacos.
They're really good, Nulda, but at what cost? Yeah, I was like, we do make really good fish tacos. Okay, so now we gotta go to the Black Shroud. Oh, it's right there in Falgord Float. Like, it's just teleport in.
For me, it's whenever the loading screen wants to. There we go.
No, I'm still gonna be behind you. You have all the time.
Oh, hello, Hachi. Already prepared.
Is this where T9 is?
Yeah. Yeah.
T9 was even more stressful than T5.
What up, Anail?
So yeah, Zuya, and is your name Farks? I've been expecting you. My name is Anail. Anale? Hold on, I don't know how to say my own name. NL. NL.
She's like looking at her hand glove.
My name
is
Amelia Earhart. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of the Twin Adder that I may better assist Lady Alize. Do you see connection here going on? Like a trend. Anyways, I'm here to assist Lady Alize with her endeavors here in the 12's Woods. So, Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery and to conduct a preliminary investigation of the Alder Springs fragment. I like that they're just like, here, have a military rank, whoever you are. Like, okay, is it that easy? From what we have seen of the exterior, the structures share many common features with the one you explored in La Nacia, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. You're gonna have security, so you're gonna need to boink those balls really hard. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. Pray seek out my comrade to the south and the west. Go south and then west. Follow these directions completely. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment, and will be well placed to show you the thing, if nothing less.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we gotta go south and then west.
Oh yeah, that does look like a coil.
Ah. Yeah, if you were exploring around during the main story quest line, you may have noticed a little bit that there's some weird stuff in the background.
Oh yeah. Sharp-eyed serpent private.
Oh, cutscene.
Oh wow. Uh, uh, why is there battle music?
I think somebody is attracted to...
What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fist of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger...
Zuyaya just holds out her hand.
Oh, my apologies, sir. Lady Alize did send word of your impending arrival. But 'twould seem I've grown rather too accustomed to shooing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Oh, your gladiator hunt log. Oh, good. Okay. Behold!
Like that person over there who's just completing their gladiator hunt log.
Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Moon Dalamud.
Don't look really red.
It looks blue. Our initial survey uncovered no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, meant that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path, which should grant you across to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where our progress ended. The interior...
See, we had to break for lunch, and I had some deviled eggs.
The interior? Well, assuming that the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located on the bottommost layer, past all the ingenious and deadly defenses which the ancient Alligans seemed so indecently fond. If you would know more, I'm afraid there's nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Those computers are hard. We can't figure out the security systems at all. And they're like, have you tried pulling it apart with sheer destructive force?
Lady Alize will soon be arriving at Falgord. Pray do not tarry on your way back to the lieutenant's post. I imagine our young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty, and I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to sit on preparation or provisions. May the 12 watch over you.
You keep saying that. Like, hey, remember that this is a high level in raid. And it's like, we're gonna go in there and boink it on the head 3 times and it dies.
Oh, how do I can't remember if I'm going the right way or not.
It's down this small path. I mean, both ways will get you there, just one's quicker.
Oh, okay.
We are allowed to fly now. Gaius allowed our chocobos to fly.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But it's kind of fun on the ground, so...
Hello,
I think my name is Marcel.
Marcel the Shell.
Oh, Mistress Suya and Larx Shallow, I remember your name now. I trust the private's explanation was worth the journey.
Not really.
I heard he had deviled eggs for lunch. I'm not going near him for a while. Definitely. Hold on 1 minute. Simply securing an approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. I dare not think what defeating its inner defenses will entail. If there is aught I might do to aid you... Ah, Lady Alice. Oh. Wait a minute. Your hair's on the other side. My apologies, Master Alfino. You guys look exactly the same. Has there been a change of plan? This was supposed to be Alize's quest, not yours. Remember, you get to hog all the screen time. Well, Uriange informed me of the impending expedition, and I just couldn't stand that I wasn't part of the main quest. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow scions before they departed into the depths of the second coil. Don't you dare frickin' die. I have a lot of shit I need to get done. Well, both of you. Though I would strenuously deny it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection for our grandsire exceeds even mine own. She is what you would call a granddaddy's girl. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alize is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. She's obsessed with grandfather, is what I'm trying to say. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil, as you just saw 15 minutes ago. Yet the fact that she risked her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. Okay.
Alright.
Look, it's not like I care if she dies. I just want to be the main character, okay? No, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead.
Wow.
Look, he hasn't written to us in 5 years. If he's not actually dead, he's dead to me.
Anyway. I think Alfino's the one with the granddaddy issues.
My sister must needs have a better reason to fight, other than I miss grandfather. Alfino, what are you fighting for? What is it? I want to show off my smarts and be really, really cool? That's your motivation? Like, how is that any better?
Right.
A time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes of which we risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and fighting for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alize must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I am glad that it is you with whom she takes this journey. If Alize is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find one than at the side of Eorzea's greatest champion? It was there that I found mine, after all.
It's like, I remember, you were mine first!
Yeah, Alfino's like, I'm here to remind you that we were friends first, and Alize comes second, okay? But it is past time that I was gone. Fair fortune to your endeavors, Zuyaya and Larx. Oh, and your name was Marcel? Yeah. It was Marcel, wasn't it? I would appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. Or else I will flay you alive. With money. Goodbye.
With money? With money.
Well, that was strange. Lady Alize is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumphant return.
The second coil of Bahamut.
That entire last part was literally just Alfino like, I am jealous. I was here first.
That's literally what this coil story is. Alice is like, you're my best friend. Alvino's like, remember that I was first.
It's just like the twins are fighting.
She's like, grandfather. Alvino's like, grandfather's dead. No, he's like, not. Whoa. He's real. He's real like Santa Claus. Alright, so, second coil of Bahamut, turn 1. Your foray into the caverns beneath Castrum of Science has led you to an unexpected revelation. The incomplete form of Bahamut, harbinger of the Reapers, slumbers deep within Earth. Though seemingly a prisoner, the Elder Primal is gradually being regenerated by the massive Ragnarok-class interment hulks that surround the unmoving entity. Alize reasons that if Bahamut's full restoration is to be prevented, then all 3 coils sustaining and repairing the dreadful being must be deactivated. Filled with new determination, you assemble a group of courageous comrades and set your sights on the fragment of Dalmud found in the North Shroud. We should be able to. I don't see why we couldn't now at this level. Dalamud Shadow. We're just getting all hot topic over here.
Bring on the angst. A normal stroll on floating rock islands.
Everything seems normal. Nothing weird here. Oh! Well, surprise!
So, was it like all a glamour around the... I don't quite understand what that whole thing was.
I don't either. I think the team was like, look at the money we spent on this raid! How strange. Why could we not see all this before? Oh, I guess they're going to explain.
Alize's gonna ask the question. She's like, oh, this...
I suppose it's only to be expected that corrupted crystals should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundreds of YALMS. The swirling ether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it's not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, guys? Apparently a lunar golem emerges from the dark matter. Tis imperative that we...
A lot of lunar golems are happening in the background, Alize. What are you gonna do about it?
Tis imperative that... I like how it keeps showing up. Tis imperative that we win through to the depths of the structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again. Not while there's hope that he may yet be saved.
I have to save grandfather. He owes me a lot of money.
But...
oh, she's not obsessed with him, he just owes her money.
Mayhap we should put such thoughts from our minds until after we successfully gained entrance to the place. That opening up ahead appears to be a suitable point of ingress. Never mind that plant that's right there.
We're not gonna look at that plant. The lunar golem emerges from the dark
matter cluster.
It's like... While we were talking to Alize, Hachi's like, I went on ahead and destroyed all of these lunar golems. Are you done talking? She's like,
no,
well,
you don't have to apologize, Hachi. You're all good.
Thank you for... Oh.
That was actually kind of hilarious.
Oh, they've been multiplying while we've been talking. We gotta defeat the dark matter cluster.
There we go.
Or like Alize, there's golems just reproducing in the middle there. She's like, I'm not done talking. I gotta talk
like
about
she's still talking, the
like...
golems grabbed a hold of her and she's still talking.
It's like, we have to save grandfather, no matter what.
Whoop, accidentally switched to battle chat and my chat just freaked out.
I like that these golems are fighting through the wall.
Oh, they are.
Because the wall doesn't actually exist. It's a figment of our imagination. Man, corrupted ether sure is something.
I know, right? Oh,
this boss gave me so much grief back in the day. I love hitting it with 2 fireballs. Get my revenge. Look at that Pokemon. I bet Urianjay's never caught that.
Urianjay's like, Electabuzz. So that was T6. think the loading screen is like the true endgame boss.
You gotta get through all of those data.
After battling your way through to the base of the colossal fragment that impales the ground in Alder Springs, and you have this weird plant that screamed at you, your party enters the structure through an opening in its outer shell. The sight that greets you is of endless procession of azure-lit passages, within which can be glimpsed the grotesque silhouettes of chimerical monstrosities. Oh, that just makes me want to queue. Just hearing the word chimera makes me want to queue in.
Now we're really in the elegant technology.
Ooh, cutscene.
Another cutscene.
Oh, hi.
There's just somebody in there.
That armor. No, it couldn't be. Be on
It's
your guard.
Gaius van Balesar. No, not
Is
him
it Nero?
again.
It's Nero. It's like, oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Good. Be on your guard, Larx and Zuyaya. Though it defies all reason that he should live, I know of only one who wears such armor. He who the Empire raised as high as the Black Wolf himself, the legatus of the XIVth Legion. I speak of the madman who brought the Meteor Project to fruition. We face the White Raven, Nail Van Darnus, harbinger of the 7th Umbral Era.
We got the Black Wolf and now the White Raven. It's like, I call it this animal. It's my animal, Sona.
Oh, do you want to voice them?
Sure. Nail Van Darnus. Ah, that was the name of the fool who perished upon the eve of this promised age of glory. Who are you, Urianger? It should not be uttered within these hallowed halls. Dramatic bow.
Yeah, they're definitely Garlean. Whoa, hi.
I am Garlean Prime. Out of love for his loyal servant, the one true deity named me Nail Dis Darnus.
More like Nail Douche Darnus. Douche.
All you changed was your middle name. It's not much of a transformation.
The one true deity? Bahamut. He speaks of Bahamut.
Oh, Lord Bahamut, thy name is as sweet water to parched lips. It is Urianger underneath there. How my heart swells at thy sacred touch.
They just...
They're like, I don't know what to say. I think he's just crazy. This blessed sanctum is the domain of my God and his beloved children. Seek to defile its glory, and you will answer to me. Me. Bye!
Ellie's face.
Like, did that just happen?
Did you just see that?
Just... Where? Well, that was weird.
Well, that was weird. How is this possible? From what Alfino has told me, Nail was slain on the eve of the calamity. Well, Alfino was wrong.
Yeah, there was a whole 1.0 thing about it where we all ganged up and slayed Nail Van Darnus.
Whatever the truth of the matter, we must be on our guard. There can be no reasoning with the worshippers of a primal. Okay, who's ready to jump?
Alright, I'm gonna do it just like Nail.
You just fall backwards. the outer coil. Oh, I just see me jump. Okay. Man, I gotta give it to the people who designed this place. This place is really cool.
We're here, we're queer, we're warriors of light. We're here to beat up weird things we don't understand. I have no memory of this fight.
I don't either. I actually do not remember this one.
I think it's just a trash ball fight. We just keep... Oh, there we go.
Whoa!
Don't get vertigo.
Lamia dance.
This is like Elevator Extreme.
Oh, yeah, there's the Chimera.
Oh, there's the Chimera.
And
And it's dead. Oh, don't talk to me about Lamias, because I know what's next.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
It's like this elevator just keeps playing leapfrog.
Yeah. Jeez. It does like a really weird, like, jerking motion. Boy, that Lamia just ate it. Yeah, this is kind of giving me a little bit of motion sickness.
Here we are.
Oh.
It led us to this thing.
I remember the stage. Oh no. Oh, it's her.
At least she's hot.
Oh no, she's hot.
Just a snake that flips around in the air like
She's like, I know I'm gonna die, but watch this sweet kicks I can do. Oh.
At least you can't fall off the platform.
I think we can do this now, Hachi. I know what you're talking about, and you're right. So I think we can do this. Yeah! I remember she used to do a lot of petrification.
I had to turn off my auto look as a healer in order to do the fight. Cause I wouldn't be able to look away in time.
Oh, it's not this one? Oh. It's the next one? Okay, let's see. T9, we just pray.
I mean, I have T9's mechs still memorized to this day, so if we have to use some of them.
Alright, turn 3. Your party activates the Coils lift mechanism that kind of threw you around like a ragdoll. And at the depth of 3,256 YALMS, arrives within the interior of the interment Hulk proper. The great cavern where the elder primal Bahamut dreams is yet many... Wait. Where the elder primal Bahamut dreams is yet many thousands of YALMS distant. Explore the labyrinth passages of the Ragnarok class starship and secure a route into the lowest levels of the Hulk. Sure. Oh! I think this is the labyrinth one. It's that really weird, like, you have to, like, jump to, like, platforms and you're by yourself. I think... Oh, yes. You're correct, Hachi.
You're gonna have a long time in this one.
Yeah.
This is a labyrinth. It's an actual maze.
Yeah, we have to, like, find the right pathway. Oh, hi, Alize.
So the security nodes are going to be traveling down the hallways, and we're going to have to avoid them or attack them.
I am reminded of the passages beneath Castrum Poseidon's. We must have traveled quite some distance below the surface. More of the same tunnels. 12 be good. Surely it cannot continue all the way down from the upper floors. 'Tis difficult to see inside, but I have a terrible feeling those corridors house more of the dreadful guardians you have already faced. It is said that the Alligans excelled in the creation of chimerical beasts, and that the Red Moon teemed with 1,000 fantastical monstrosities, all to prevent the enemies of the ancient empire from releasing the Elder Primal. I wonder, the creatures that prowl these halls, could they be the beloved children of which Nail spoke? Well, this is yet another mystery to ponder upon our return. Shall we continue onwards? That's just Alize's way of like, I don't really give a fuck. Are you sure you didn't get Tron'd? Where's the MCP?
This is literally Tron, though. It's Final Fantasy XIV Tron. Though the further we delve, the more the Allegan technology is like, oh, well, goodbye, everybody. I didn't have a choice there. Oh, man.
One or more party members have yet to complete this duty. Oh. Interesting.
I don't know if it's me.
Whoa.
Oh. This is exactly why we got split up all the time.
Yeah.
These things are just climbing up the walls in order to come wreck us. Okay, so looking at the map, I can't make sense of this.
Yeah. Hi, Haji.
Oh. Oh.
Oops. Main deck. So we want to get to sector. I think that's 7. Yeah,
Where
I think we have to get to sector 7. I think.
This is sector 2.
Yeah, that's sector 2.
We're on sector... Is this 8?
Oh, this is... well,
Hachi,
I think Hachi found it.
That's a Pokemon.
I'm glad you're able to find it.
Meanwhile, the security system is still after us. I see something up ahead. Well, we can't go any further than that. Let's go down here. We'll go down. I think I see something.
Should I trigger the boss and I'll tell you? Yeah, go ahead and do that, yeah. Because I think we're back at the entrance. Yeah, we're back at the entrance.
Got lost again. We just went back to the start.
Hey, there's a shortcut. Hey, wait a minute, there's a shortcut.
Oh. Utilize shortcut.
Yeah, there we go. Well, there you go, Hachi. You're gonna clear T8.
I have something on me. Oh. It didn't do anything. It's the Avatar. Somebody get Zuko.
Yay! Hachi cleared T8! I bet you feel so much happy that you cleared it. Yeah. Congratulations.
100 tombstones for clearing a party member. Oh, I apparently never mapped the realm.
You're all just getting achievements now in Coil.
There's a lot of things that I did not do here.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Alright. Probably the most craziest fight, aside from T13. It's really infamous. T9, also known as turn 4 for second coil. At a depth of 6,329 YALMS, you're probably going to be bursting into flames. But yet your exhausted yet determined fellowship enters the Hulk's operations deck. An impossible scene unfolds before you. The surreal landscape bathed in the crimson glare and holding the promise of epic conflict. I wouldn't say epic, I would say convoluted. So this landscape is actually the same one where you would actually be in 1.0. This is actually remnants of Cartano. Or like a solid vision of what it would look like. I hate those circles with a passion. Oh, hello, Dalamud. That surely cannot be Dalamud. How? Where are we?
Dalamud's supposed to be splattered onto the earth. That's what we've been looking into right now. This is the final resting place of Nail von Darnus. Now it's Nail dus Darnus. Get my pronouns right. This is a grave for the undeserving, and for the crime of trespassing upon my God's sanctuary. This place shall serve as your grave too. Dramatic entrance.
No! I'm gonna hit you with my book.
I cast Ruin, a level 1 spell.
Oh no, you got rid of the helmet. It wasn't a man. It was a woman.
Get my pronouns right, bitches. In the hour of his failure, Nail von Darnus felt the currents of ether begin to bear away his essence. But before oblivion could claim the last of him, a divine will reached out, and I was born. Then did the words of my God resound in mine ears. Bring unto mine enemies crushing defeat, that they might know despair without end, and claim thee thus the victory which thou wert once denied.
Oh God.
Behold my dragon soda.
Oh no, she's hot.
That's a really good dragon soda.
It's in the background. I've got to get on that. 'Twould seem that little remained of Nail's essence when Bahamut plucked him from the brink of oblivion, and the result was this strange simulacrum?
Simulacrum. I know that because of the video game.
Nevertheless, her aura bespeaks great power. She channels the rage of the Elder Primal himself.
Lord Bahamut, thy wish is my command. None shall escape thine unquenchable fury. Come, ye dull, unthinking beasts. Bare your teeth. They will avail you not in the calamity to come. Not if my tiny Lalafell friend has anything to say about it.
I was like, good, I'm gonna go hide in that bush over there.
Oh boy, the music.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, there's a couple of things that no matter how strong you are, you will get one shot. So we have to be careful. Maybe we can just DPS this fast enough though, who knows.
We'll see. We just gotta make sure that I think we have to at least be spread out, at least for meteors.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
She's
mechanics do happen.
So
So these go into the circles. Okay, so we gotta make sure we're still spread out because we'll probably have meteors. And I guess go counterclockwise. And then as soon as you have one, just move instantly. Because you'll probably get another one. And I think one has to eat two.
I hope this.
Okay, you're gonna get that one? Okay. Okay, go eat this one. Come over. Come on. No. No, sir. Over here. Oh.
Well. I don't think we can defeat this guy now.
Yeah, he ate too many.
Well, he absorbed the other golem is what happened.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, for some reason yours got aggroed to me, so I didn't even attack it though.
Interesting.
You die on the thing. Just go to the border.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'll make sure to have aggro on at least one of them.
Yeah, I think what will happen... I mean, in that case, I went south, but you kind of took these meteors over here. Just, like, take the ones that are up north.
Okay. That works.
It might depend on where our placement is when we spread out. Just look around and be aware where people might have to go to absorb their meteors.
Okay, so I'll go down here. Come over here, buddy. Come over. Come on. Come on. Eat it. Eat that. Okay, bring them both to you. That's fine. Okay, there's one more over here that you can, that someone can eat.
I hope that I can.
There we go. There we go. We did it. We did it. Now we just hope that we prepare the next part. 10 seconds to Mega Flare. 5,
Looking for dragon
5,
wings.
3, 2, 1.
How's that for interesting move?
Right?
But I get to be a tribute and a
Oh!
Oh yeah, this thing.
Oh! It landed right on me. Well, this is where Larx Shallow's story ends.
It's almost over. Oh. I got one shot.
Whoa!
He hurled an ice cube at me and Zuyaya died.
Oh my god. Oh
yeah,
no.
It's like, we can be level 100 and this fight will still, like, insta-kill us. Oh, it was a hollow program the entire time.
The second coil of Bahamut.
The fact that we're level 80 and we still gotta be careful about this fight is just, like, amazing.
It's crazy, yeah.
We are
it's unbelievable.
30 levels above where we need to be.
Yeah, and it still one-shots us.
Like, remember, you gotta do mechanics or else you'll die.
I wonder if I have to go back to the unending journey.
Well, remember, we can probably see the cutscenes, from the beginning of the next quest.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because these, I don't think, are attached to the quest. The quest giver is.
So
Which for
we'll
some
have to
reason
go.
I'm out of New Game Plus now.
Are you really?
That's weird. Yeah, it booted me out. Oh. I'll just hit resume. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next quest will be...
Alizé's
Alizé's-
Rizal.
Isn't...
Is that Northern Thanalan?
Yeah, Northern Thanalan, yeah.
Okay. Maybe she will give us the... Can you skip the cutscenes until you get to the one that you...
I didn't try skipping him, I just went through the dialogue really fast, because I didn't know if skipping all of them would skip the cutscene we needed to see.
I see. Okay. Oops.
Alright. My cat had decided that I wasn't paying enough attention to him, so he's laying on my foot and purring very loud.
Dalamut's Talon. So this is where second coil comes out of. Interesting.
It always comes back to Northern Thanalan.
You may view the opening cutscene for accepting this quest. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a recap. So what it is that I don't think New Game Plus we are supposed to like do the things. This is all supposed to be like we're just watching cutscenes. We're not actually doing the fight. But yeah, these were the cutscenes we just viewed through it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just like you don't actually do the coil fights, you just watch all the cutscenes. But we kind of want to showcase going into the fights.
Yeah, at least show off a little bit what coil was.
Yeah. So like that was Rafflesia, and then we're doing. We got lost in a maze.
We got lost in a maze.
And we see, you know, the White Raven. So, I don't know if they actually did explain this, but Nail von Darnus was actually this guy, but he perished in battle, and his sister decided to take up his legacy, I guess?
I guess so. It's the,
Whatever.
it's the one lore that I get confused on, at least with Nail. Because then I'm just like...
Like, Nail did kind of do a gender swap, but it was mostly that everybody assumed was... the real Nail was her brother. I believe her real name is Ilua? Eula? It's spelled E-U-L-A.
Yeah, she took over his mantle and became the White Raven we know. Okay.
She carries a gun halberd, so it's a gun halberd, named Bradamante. It's named after a warrior maiden she killed.
Oh, wow.
While in truth, it's named for the real Nail's fiancée, who impaled herself on the weapon after his death.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of fucked up things going on in this family, but from what I can remember, I can't remember where Nail von Darnus perished. I don't know. It seemed that Ula, like, took over his personality before this even happened. But nobody knew that it was Nail's sister and not actually Nail. We don't know how long Nail von Darnus has actually been dead, because she's been masquerading as him for a long time.
Interesting.
So, born in Garlemald as Ulla Darnus, she was the eldest daughter of House Darnus and the heir to her family's secrets of the Allegan Empire. Ulla dreamed of becoming a Kyrugan, a regular position of Garlean lady of her parentage. She followed her elder brother Nael into the Imperial army, but her dream died when Nael returned home mortally wounded on what he claimed to be an ill-conceived mission their father ordered. Ulla was unable to save her brother, and, stricken with grief, she assassinated her father, making it appear as if he perished to a disease. Ulla took the name and life of her late brother and rose to power, becoming legatus in his stead. The first thing Nael did was to publicly execute their father's officers and guard. Rumors started to spread throughout Garlemald that Nael had a hand in his father's demise. However, where most Garlean leaders would condemn such behavior from the elite, Emperor Solus Zos Galvis saw in Nael potential for someone who would let nothing stand to reach them. So there you go. There's the real story.
And then Nael got so enraptured with Meteor that she got enthralled to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I had no idea that lore was even there.
I can't remember where you have to get this out of, like either the encyclopedia book or something, but the grand reveal in this fight was that Nael von Darnus was never Nael von Darnus to begin with. Because even in 1.0, they wouldn't know this. Nael was just Nael von Darnus, and everybody believed it to be the male heir to the Darnus Garlean family. But in reality, his sister has been using his mantle for like years now, and so it's revealed here that it's actually her.
Oh, here we go. Here's where we left off.
Okay, hold on. I was reading too much lore. I'm still at Dragonstone, Nael van Darnus.
Poor creature. Would that you had never been born. Wow.
At all.
Holy shit, Alize. Did you not hear what we were talking about?
She's like, I read the encyclopedia, okay?
You had surrendered your physical form and collapsed into ether, but Bahamut denied you death, and imprisoned what little was left of you in an ethereal shell resembling what, I wonder? Images from your memory, perhaps?
Hold on 1 minute while I still catch up. I'm like aeons behind you.
But that shell is now broken, and your primal deity seems disinclined to sustain your existence. Alize, you're kind of having a little bit of Alfino come out.
You're dead. You're finally dead. Okay. My primal deity? I kneel to no icon. What need have I to beg the favor of such filth? I am Nael van Darnus, legatus of the 7th, or is it the 8th?
I thought you were Nael douche Darnus. What's going on, girl?
No, my pronouns. No. Moment. My thoughts are clouded, and this body is not mine own. Could it be that you spoke the truth? Was I ensorcelled by the Lesser Moon's ancient prisoner? That will not happen again.
You speak as if Bahamut no longer controlled you. But that's impossible. Once a primal snares a mind, it cannot be freed.
I am a Garlean. I'm more awesome than that.
Unless Bahamut simply relinquished his claim. What need has he of a broken spirit bound for the ethereal realm?
I'm an important ghost. That I should fall prey to the very influence I sought to purge from this land. The irony is galling. But do not assume that all of my actions were chosen for me. It was my will that the Meteor Project be resurrected. Mine and none other. I like science. Yet it seems that my grand designs were designed to fail. Even the ungentle release of death was denied to me.
Nail, please. You must tell us more of the calamity. I must know the truth of what has befallen the world, and what has become of my grandfather, Archon Louis Sois.
I heard he died. You are Louis Sois' grandchild? Ah, the fates are generous with their cruelty. Continue on, if you would have your answers. They await you at the terminus of your path. But know that this path leads only to despair. The light of truth was ever harsh and unforgiving.
Why do you say this? Grandfather will be freed once we put a stop to Bahamut's restoration, will he not? What are you not telling us?
You freed me from Bahamut's control right here and now. What do you think is going to happen to your grandfather? Steel yourself, child. Only unbending resolve and merciless strength can conquer what lies ahead. The weak can do naught but weep under the pall of their own misery, as did the frail child I once.
Oh. Silence, chattering raven, your wretched wings are broken, and you shall soar no more.
My crimson moon, your brilliance sears mine eyes.
Well, Nail was mad all the way to the end.
She ended up being 4 fireflies. Well, that was weird.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night skies are like shooting stars? I recognize that voice, Larx, Zuyaya, Hachi. But never would he say such words. Oh, I just ruined Louis Sois.
Oh, oops.
I thought it was Bahamut.
Is it Bahamut speaking? I don't know. I thought it was Bahamut.
Come, let us finish what we came to do. All will be put aright when the final hulk lies dormant. Grandfather will be himself again. I'm sure of it.
I have hopes and dreams. Oh, that head turned into a head and breasts.
I'm glad the first thing he got was his breasts back. Bahamut has breasts!
This is his priorities, he's got them right.
Bahamut regenerates more swiftly than I anticipated, and he has breasts now. But let us hope that disabling this coil would serve to slow the process. The display seems different, but the controls appears to mimic the mechanism we found in the Lawnasian Hulk. It shouldn't pose a problem.
Let's smash it.
That seems like the right answer, is to smash it. Larx, Zuyaya, forgive me. The moment I beheld Nail's transformation, hope wilted in my heart. I did not believe you could stand against the manifestation of Bahamut's power.
You and Alfino don't have any faith in us.
I swear to God.
They're like, oh well, there goes my champion, they're dead now.
For all your fabled strength and skills, I felt certain that I was going to lose you both. Just as I lost my grandfather. Well, geez, what a hot topic.
It all goes back to my grandfather, you see.
I really like grandfather.
He's my idol.
He likes Taylor Swift.
Oh no, that's why he had to perish.
Even he, a man for whom naught seemed impossible, was humbled before Bahamut's might. And yet, look how far we have come. Look how far Bahamut's come. He's got titties now.
Look at those huge honkers.
Maybe we don't have to kill him. Maybe we just need to understand him.
Now, Alize, don't be like the Ishgards and start lusting after dragons.
Alize's like, And Estinians in the background, just look already.
He's like ready with his lance. He's like, I'm gonna do this.
I got it. I'm plan B.
This is where the eyeball sent him when he got, thrown into the ether in the Dragoon quest. He was like, where am I?
Oh my god. 'Tis incredible the feats of which we are capable. Our boundless potential. You using knives, Zuyaya using black mage, Hachi using sword and shield, and me hiding behind a bush.
It was a good bush.
It was a good bush.
An elegant bush.
An elegant bush.
Technologically restructured elegant bush.
'Twas this capacity for greatness, I believe, that grandfather so dearly wished to protect. With all that has occurred, I have come to understand that much, at least. The rest of it, I don't understand. I'm just going along with it. I am going to do this, whatever that means.
It's like, Alize, do you know how to interact with a computer like this?
She's like,
I guess
your
she
titty
does.
game ends here, Bahamut. No more titties.
We can't let those tits be finished. It's all over after that. Did you do anything?
'Tis done.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you.
Shall we make our way back to the surface and gather our thoughts? We have seen much, and there's such stuff I didn't wish I seen, but that will benefit from Urianje's learned perspective. Let's not talk to Urianje. Oh.
Well, here's your precious grandfather.
Grandfather?
He didn't even say hello. You didn't write one letter for 5 years, Louis Swan. You just walk up to Alize and do that?
Holy
Like,
shit.
rude.
How dare you stop the titty game?
I liked those tits.
Oh my god. Grandfather, is you, then why?
That kind of hurt. Like,
That kinda
seriously.
hurts. Abandon this quest, Alice.
Wow, I thought Louis
will
Swan
not.
had a more distinguished voice, but this is what he really sounds like. I can't believe it.
This is the voice Louis Saw has when he's possessed. It's Bahamut. Abandon this quest, Alize. I will not countenance further sabotage of the titty coils.
That's my only source of comfort for 5 years.
Sabotage? But we must disable the coils if we were to prevent Bahamut's revival. Your defiance seals your fate. Look at my butt. I'm going to pew pew again.
Not if I have anything to say about that.
No. No, you are not who I thought you were. You're not my grandfather. Grandfather would never hit me with the power beam with his right hand. He would hit me with the left hand. My grandfather would never. Oh, you're right. Well, let me use the other hand. You are foolish, stupid girl. How could the White Raven allow herself to be bested by such sniveling opponents? Now I have red eyes, so listen well. We all exist at the pleasure of one divine will. And the word of Lord Bahamut is absolute. Scurry back into your holes, you little vermins. You have been granted this one reprieve, but should you be so foolish as to crawl into my lord's domain again, I will crush the life from you myself, with the left hand this time.
Oh no, he's gonna bring out the left hand.
At least he's like, what the fuck?
That's not what I wanted. I wanted grandfather back, but not like this.
The lying grandfather's eyes, they're freaking red. He has suffered the same fate as Nail.
Do you think he also killed his sibling and took up his mantle too?
Oh, she crying.
Oh.
My grandsire's no more. That was not but a phantom that profanes his noble memory. This mockery must be expunged. I will not rest until I free grandfather's soul from Bahamut's tyranny. Do you hear me, Bahamut? Your time and your titties are at an end, Eorzea, and my family will be avenged. Bahamut's like titties. Titties.
When you summon that Pokemon, Bahamut's just like titties.
Titties. Oh, Alize's resolve. Alize is key to seek Urianger's learned opinion on the disturbing events which unfoiled during the expedition to the second Coil.
Urianger's like, describe unto me how big his titties were.
Truly, it is wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to, northern Thanalan again, it would appear.
We always keep coming back here.
I must thank you, Larx and Zuyaya. Were it not for your bravery, I strongly doubt that I would be standing here now behind that bush. But you not tarry on my account. The danger is past. Pray, go on ahead and praise Urianger of all that has occurred. I will join you anon. My thoughts are yet unruly, and I would rest here a while. I did just get blasted in the face, no doubt.
I also don't want to hear Urianger talk about Pokemon again.
He's like, Scyther.
It's actually a Metapod.
Metapod. I went backwards.
Urianger, it was that guy who entered in the World Championship with a Pachirisu or something. Defeated everybody with a Pachirisu. Named it like Gyarados or something. Isn't that actually a tactic in the Pokemon Championship, like for online battling or something? Like they name like a Pokemon the name of another Pokemon just to throw
I
off
did get a Magikarp named Geodude once.
And I know, like, they usually enter in Gyaradoses and stuff.
Don't do it, Peepums.
Oh, he did.
Oh, El Peepums did.
Oh boy, Urianger time again. Let me know when you've clicked on him.
I clicked on him.
Okay. The triumphant hero doth return. Thine eyes speak of the dread task's completion. The second coil now lieth dormant. You have completed raid 2 of this. Yet I sense the tidings thou bearest are not altogether glad. God, you could just... They're bad, okay? Pray tell me, what ill hath cast the shadow which falleth now across thy brow?
These things.
You're going to give me thanks, Urianger, instead of a reward. He's like, yes, please, take these things. An old foe and an old friend. So 'twas but the ethereal shadow of Master Louisoix that Lady Alize beheld, an unnatural conjuration in thrall to the elder primal. That the fiend should deign to choose him of all men, even in full knowledge of the shade's true nature, I would be hard-pressed to weather such a confrontation. Everybody loved Louisoix. Everybody. I can't think of anybody who didn't like him.
I didn't like him.
I'm going to smite that with Solar Beam. Anyway. Yet, what agonies must the young mistress have endured? Such torment did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twould better if the Lady Alize did absent herself from future forays into the coil. I swear he's worse now than he is in the future. Like, yeah. What is this?
What is all this? I have come too far to surrender to grief, Urianger.
This is my quest. I'm the main character, remember. Ah, my lady.
Don't you my lady me. I am resolved to defeat these fiends, and not just sway me from my path, cause I'm going on an adventure like Alfino did with them. It's my turn. I also want to say I'm grandpa, cause he slapped me with the right hand. Now let's peer more deeply.
Everyone knows he used the left hand.
Now let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. Let's do a reenactment.
So yeah, it's like his tits were out to this much. Alright, as you wish, my lady.
Here, Urianger, hold these two balloons and we will demonstrate.
Here is my summary. I wasn't even here, why am I summarizing? By your leave, I would speak first of the Coil's late guardian, Nail Van Darnus. Oh gosh, this is a lot of text. Van Darnus was a legatus of the Garlean Empire who strove to bring about Eorzea's final destruction, only to fall even as the sixth sun did set. If thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, then it is he of whom they speak. Aye, he, I say, for Nail was for a certainty no maid. I would have sworn that there was no tits there. I digress. The noble house of Van Darnus, as we discovered all too late, had long safeguarded the wisdom of ancient Alleg. 'Twas thus that the legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamud, and to seek to employ the Red Moon as a weapon against Eorzea. But the Crystal Tower, which you probably should pick up that raid next, and the mechanisms required to command the satellite, yet lay hidden beneath the ground, compelling Nail to construct a far less subtle mechanism, and in his first faltering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse the satellite's slumbering prisoner. Thenceforth did the White Raven's soul belong to Bahamut.
He was fortunate indeed to acquire so powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he was so loath to part with him. Why let a simple thing like death deprive one of us of such a useful pawn? Though we may accuse him of bungling Van Darnus' resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiden as a manservant. I only hope that the two thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet, I cannot help but dwell on Nail's words, those beloved children of whom he spoke. I assumed at first that he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove the source of worship, otherwise our efforts to disable the coil shall be for naught.
Forgive me my indelicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the primal's thralls, but canst thou truly pursue a course which would cost thee thy own grandsire?
My heart and mind are as one on this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won but by a simple method, the destruction of Bahamut and aught that might serve to sustain him. Larx, Zuyaya. While Urianger and I endeavor to ascertain the existence of any further thralls, I suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I have need of your inimitable talents. That we have achieved so much I owe to you. I fear, however, that our trials have barely begun. I'm gonna go poop. Bye.
Every time. I see she needs to lay off the fish tacos of Ulda. Though time had dulled the pain of thy passing, I find that I am wounded afresh. Ah, Louisoix, I miss the drawings of butts we used to have in your office. What good shall come of this unending search for knowledge and truth? Long have I believed the pursuit of such treasures to be the duty of every true Charlayan, and then I discovered Pokemon. Yet, with each new revelation...
Metapod.
Each new revelation serveth only to heap further anguish upon those whom we would fain protect. Must we truly reach for more? I don't know that sentence at all. Don't know. Oh. I promised that I would eke my way into this storyline somehow. So you have found your resolve, dear sister. Well, you will now find a use for the secret, for the key that only you and I hold. Given our familiar propensity for curiosity, you would do well to remember the keys that may serve to seal the doors as well as to unlock them. And Bahamut is a most unwelcome guest, to whom the doors should never have been opened.
Okay.
Alvino's like, I need to be in the center of this quest somehow.
Oh, but the final coil will have to be on our next time. Because that was a lot to unpack.
We had a lot of adventure, both Binding Coil Part 1 and 2.
And figuring out how New Game Plus works with Binding Coil.
Yeah, how you don't actually do the fights, you just look at cutscenes. But we want to do the fights, so we're gonna have to look at the cutscenes, like,
A couple
twice
times.
over in some cases.
But yeah, that was Coil, so far of it. These raids were abysmal back in the day. It brought...
I couldn't even pass them.
Yeah, I never even did them synced. When I even came, I unsynced them all.
Nail Van Darnus was pretty much where I quit. I couldn't do it. It was just impossible. And so I didn't really do the rest of Coil until it was probably like end of Heavensward. I don't know, when we could all undersync it and not have to worry about dying so much.
I just know from like what you've told me and for what I kind of seen from the game, Coil was just one of those places that it was just the most like toxic like environment to ever be in. And I think it's mostly just because how difficult the content was when a Realm Reborn was thing.
There was two factors, the difficulty and then also the fact that the game was still kind of new and like the pretty much the community was different too. Like the community was not what it is today either. The community was also smaller and also there was more people who were working off of knowledge of other MMO games where it was a little bit different. So like there was just a lot of things that contributed to like how you could even pass Binding Coil Bahamut or what you would encounter in trying to clear it. So it was just a different environment back then in early Realm Reborn, like before they hadn't even finished up Dreams of Ice yet. So like But yeah, I think it wasn't just the difficulty. I think it was just kind of like where Final Fantasy XIV was at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And you can even tell when you go into these fights, it has like a really, it has a, out of everything that we have done, even all the way up to where we are now, it still has the most unusual vibe to it too. And it's not even like the scenery, it just has a weird feel to it. I can't really like explain it.
They were definitely still trying to figure out how they wanted to do high level and raiding. They definitely wanted to have it as a feature for the game because it's fun for a certain percentage of the player base, and they wanted to make sure that they got to have that. But I mean, they learned a lot of lessons from this because like there was a lot of fights in there, like the elevator fight and the floor platforms, where it was like there wasn't even really boss fights going on. It was just mostly you kind of exploring around and stuff, so along with hard-hitting just ad type enemies, but there wasn't anything like super exciting, like at least cinematic wise in those areas. And so obviously they've cleaned it up since then, and we don't have things like that in the Heavensward raid tiers or Stormblood or even, you know, Shadowbringers. But they were still in the early workings of trying to figure out how they wanted to do content. Unfortunately, it's super rough in A Realm Reborn. It's just a rough draft of everything.
Yeah. So I'm glad to know that they learned from their mistakes with Coil and did what they did in future expansions.
A lot of what upset people were mostly casuals like me who were like, I would like to experience storyline, but I don't need the bragging rights and the nice stuff that comes with, you know, Savage tier. I'm ready to leave that to other people who actually have fun with that. But when Heavensward came out and they announced that they were doing 2 different modes of Alexander, that was what we needed. And ever since then, we've been having a much better time.
Oh yeah. It's just a shame that something so important as this of this storyline was locked behind Coil, and so a lot of people never get this. And then, not for spoiler wise, but then part of the main story is if you didn't do Coil, you wouldn't gotten special cutscenes. So it was almost like an incentive that you had to do Coil if you wanted the better cutscenes and stuff. So that was like my only gripe with how difficult they made Coil, where they could have done something. I don't know, even for me, like in the future, I kind of wish that they would do something to kind of fix Coil. Because even doing New Game Plus, you know, in order to just watch the cutscenes of all of them, you still have to go in there and fight. So it's like, I wish there was some type of like a Realm Reborn for Coil, but I know that's probably a fever dream that would probably never happen.
Yeah, they always seem reluctant to try to touch up like older areas of the game, simply because they're ready to move forward. Like,
yeah, which is understandable.
Yeah, but it would be nice if we had like a Binding Coil normal tier raid, and then the Savage tier. But like at this point, Binding Coil is old news. It's like more than 5 years old now. So
yeah, it's pretty much just it is what it is.
Yeah. Now we can just, you know, unsync it, do it at level 80, and just bonk things on the head 5 times and it dies.
Yeah,
so
pretty much, yeah.
There's our compromise, pretty much.
Yep. So yeah, that concludes to our stream. So the shameless plug away. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up on it, and also hit the subscribe button in case you really like this and you want to support our Let's Play of Final Fantasy. And if also you want to be notified when we have another stream, hit the bell notifications. That way you get notified when we have another stream uploaded. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter at LarxShallow, you'll also get updates of when we go and stream, or if any type of, like, you know, if we can't stream one day, you'll be able to know from there. And also, if you want to follow Zuyaya at Detective Adrian, lots of cool stuff on her Twitter, especially art, and also a really cool blog post that she reposts that I also really love as well. Also a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, Maybe a lot of Ishgard, who knows?
I like
But
Ishgar.
we do, yeah, we love Ishgard. Ishgard's good. But we hope to see you next time where we do the final Coils of Bahamut and help Grandpa, maybe?
Grandpa.
Grandpa? So, we hope to see you then. Bye!
Goodbye.